Abundance is not something you acquire. It is something you tune into. Wealth does not flow toward you from external sources. It flows through you from the infinite reservoir of the quantum field itself. This distinction is not semantic. It represents the fundamental difference between those who struggle perpetually with scarcity and those who exist in effortless prosperity. The quantum field contains unlimited potential energy, unlimited resources, unlimited abundance in every form. Your relationship with this abundance is determined entirely by the frequency you broadcast. And that frequency is determined by your deepest beliefs about what you deserve, what is possible, and what wealth actually means. Most people approach wealth from a position of lack. They focus on what they do not have. They measure the gap between their current circumstances and their desired state. They generate emotions of frustration, envy, desperation, all of which broadcast a frequency that says, I am separate from abundance. I am in a state of not having. The quantum field is a mirror. It reflects back to you the exact frequency you emit. When you broadcast lack, you receive circumstances that confer lack. When you broadcast scarcity consciousness, the field arranges your reality to match that vibration. This is not punishment. This is physics. Wealth exists right now as a probability wave in the quantum field, not future wealth, not potential wealth. Actual wealth vibrating at a specific frequency, waiting for your consciousness to match that frequency so the wave function can collapse into your physical experience. Every dollar you will ever receive already exists in energetic form. Every opportunity, every client, every idea that will generate income, all of it present now in the field of infinite possibility. Your current bank balance has nothing to do with what is available to you. Your current bank balance reflects only the frequency you have been broadcasting up until this moment. Change the frequency and the reflection changes automatically. The first barrier to accessing wealth is the belief that money is scarce. This belief is false at every level of analysis. Money is a human invention, a symbol representing value and energy exchange. Humans can create as much money as they choose. The supply is not fixed. The wealth that money represents, the actual goods and services and experiences, these two exist in extraordinary abundance. There is enough food to feed every person on the planet, enough resources to house everyone comfortably, enough creative potential to solve every problem. Scarcity is a distribution issue, not a supply issue. And on the quantum level, where all physical manifestation originates, scarcity does not exist at all. There is only infinite potential waiting to be collapsed into whatever form consciousness requests. When you truly understand that abundance is the fundamental nature of reality, your entire relationship with wealth transforms. You stop chasing it. You stop feeling desperate for it. You stop believing you must compete for limited resources. Instead, you recognize that wealth flows naturally to those who vibrate at the frequency of abundance. The frequency of abundance is not greed or grasping. It is gratitude, generosity, the calm certainty that more than enough exists for everyone, including you. This frequency feels like ease. It feels like trust. It feels like the deep knowing that the universe is designed to support life, growth, and thriving. Accessing this frequency requires addressing the subconscious programming that contradicts it. If you were raised hearing that money is the root of evil, that wealthy people are greedy, that spirituality and prosperity are incompatible, these programs run beneath your conscious intentions and sabotage every attempt to manifest abundance. The subconscious does not care what you consciously want. It executes the programs it has stored. If those programs say wealth is dangerous or wrong or unavailable to people like you, your subconscious will ensure you never accumulate it. Not through failure of effort, but through unconscious self-sabotage that keeps you aligned with the internal programming. Dissolving these blocks requires bringing them into conscious awareness and replacing them with truth. Wealth is simply concentrated energy. Money is a tool, neutral in itself, that amplifies whatever consciousness wields it. A person with harmful intent and money creates harm at scale. A person with loving intent and money creates benefit at scale. The money itself is not good or evil. Your character determines how you use any resource, including financial resources. Understanding this removes the moral conflict that keeps many people locked in poverty while claiming spiritual superiority over those who prosper. The quantum field responds to your dominant vibration, and your dominant vibration around wealth is revealed by how you feel when you think about money. If thinking about money creates anxiety, fear, resentment, or shame, you are broadcasting a frequency that repels wealth. If thinking about money creates excitement, gratitude, curiosity, or calm confidence, you are broadcasting a frequency that attracts it. Your emotions are the magnetic force. Your thoughts provide direction, but emotion provides power. Combine the thought of wealth with the feeling of already having it, and you create an electromagnetic signal so clear that the quantum field must respond by collapsing the probabilities wave of abundance into your physical reality. This is where most manifestation attempts fail. People visualize wealth while feeling poor. They affirm abundance while their emotional body remains stuck in scarcity. The field reads the emotion, not the words. It responds to what you genuinely feel, not what you wish you felt. So the practice becomes learning to generate the authentic feeling of abundance before the physical evidence appears. You do this by focusing on what you already have rather than what you lack, by recognizing that you already possess wealth in forms beyond money. Health is wealth. Time is wealth. Knowledge is wealth. Relationships are wealth. The ability to breathe, to think, to create. These are forms of abundance most people overlook while fixating on bank balances. When you train yourself to feel wealthy regardless of external circumstances, you emit the frequency that draws more wealth in all forms. The quantum field interprets your signal of abundance as a request for more experiences that match that frequency. Opportunities appear, ideas arise, people offer help, resources become available. This is not magic. This is the quantum field operating according to its fundamental design, matching your internal state with corresponding external circumstances. Taking action from this aligned state produces entirely different results than action taken from desperation. Desperate action carries the frequency of lack and generates poor outcomes, even when the action itself appears correct. Aligned action carries the frequency of abundance and generates synchronistic support that makes success almost inevitable. You work the same hours, but from the abundant state, your work attracts better clients, higher pay, more fulfilling projects. From the scarce state, you attract struggle, undervaluation, exhausting effort for minimal return. Same action, different frequency, completely different results. Another critical understanding is that wealth flows through circulation, not hoarding. The quantum field is movement, constant flow, infinite exchange. When you grip what you have in fear of losing it, you stop the flow, you create stagnation. The energy that could bring more abundance cannot enter because you have closed the channel through the vibration of fear. But when you allow wealth to flow through you, hiving freely, spending with joy, trusting that more will come, you keep the channel open. You signal to the field that you operate from abundance consciousness, and the field responds by ensuring the flow continues. This does not mean spending recklessly or giving beyond your means. It means relating to money as flowing energy rather than static security. It means making financial decisions from trust rather than fear. It means recognizing that every dollar you release with good feeling creates space for more to enter. The wealthy understand this instinctively. They invest, they give, they spend on experiences and assets that appreciate. They do not clutch their resources in terror. They participate in the flow, and the flow rewards participation. Your beliefs about what you deserve form the ceiling of what you can receive. If you believe at a deep level that you do not deserve wealth, the quantum field will arrange circumstances to match that belief. You will encounter unexpected expenses that drain any surplus. You will make poor investment choices. You will accept lower pay than your value warrants. You will unconsciously avoid opportunities that could increase your income. This is not punishment from the universe. This is your subconscious executing the program of unworthiness, proving to you that your belief was correct. The belief creates the behavior. The behavior creates the result. The result confirms the belief. Breaking this cycle requires installing a new belief at the subconscious level. I am worthy of wealth simply because I exist. I deserve abundance, not because I have earned it through suffering, but because abundance is my natural state as a consciousness emerging from an abundant universe. Embodying this truth shifts everything. You begin making choices that reflect your worthiness. You negotiate for fair compensation. You invest in yourself. You surround yourself with people who support your expansion rather than people who confirm your limitations. You consume content that elevates your abundance consciousness rather than content that reinforces scarcity thinking. Every choice either strengthens the new program or reinforces the old one. Choose consciously. Choose in alignment with the wealth you are calling into manifestation. The quantum field does not judge your desires. It does not question whether you should have wealth. It simply responds to the frequency you broadcast. If you broadcast the coherent frequency of abundance, embodying the feeling of wealth, maintaining thoughts aligned with prosperity, taking actions that reflect abundance consciousness, the field has no choice but to collapse the probability wave of wealth into your experience. This is law, not moral law that can be debated. Universal law that operates with absolute consistency at every level, from the subatomic to the cosmic. Wealth is your birthright, not because you are special or chosen, but because you are consciousness itself. And consciousness has the power to collapse any probability wave in the quantum field into physical reality. You have been collapsing waves your entire life, mostly unconsciously, mostly in patterns that repeated what you already knew. Now you can do it consciously. Now you can choose the frequency of abundance and hold it with such consistency that wealth becomes inevitable. Practice is simple, but requires discipline. Daily, you spend time generating the feeling of wealth. You visualize your ideal financial reality, not as distant fantasy, but as present truth. You feel the relief, the freedom, the joy, the security that wealth provides. You hold this feeling while your body is calm and your mind is quiet, broadcasting a clear, coherent signal into the field. You take whatever actions feel inspired from this state, trusting that aligned action produces exponential results. You notice when scarcity thinking arises and consciously choose abundance thinking instead. You catch yourself in moments of lack-based decision-making and shift to abundance-based choices. Over time, this becomes your default frequency. Abundance thinking replaces scarcity thinking. Trust replaces fear. Generosity replaces hoarding. And as your internal frequency stabilizes in abundance, your external reality must and will reflect that frequency back to you. The wealth you seek is already seeking you. You simply need to become the frequency that allows the meeting to occur. Access abundance by being abundance. The quantum field is waiting to confirm your choice.